Shalom. It's Brother Matthias coming at you with another breakdown of the scriptures brought to you through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All praises due. Salutations to the elect of Israel, the 1/3, Akim and Akwav out there listening and learning throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. Just want to make a quick video today on the law keepers. It's like I've been getting chewed on, man, like gum, because you people out there think that, I'm preaching about the law and, the law is done away with. Hey, man, he's a heretic, man. No, I'm not a heretic, man. I'm not saying that the law was done away with as far as it just don't exist. Yeah, it's out there. You can even try to keep it if you want to. Nobody else has been able to keep it, except for Yahweh Shai. He was only one. But I'm not saying that the law doesn't exist. Maybe I need to make myself clear. The curse of the law has been taken away. All right? So you can't sit back and on one end say that you keep the law. You keep all the law, statutes, and commandments. If you're following the moral code of the law, good for you. I do the same. I just don't teach people that if they eat this or if they eat that or if they're not circumcised, that their salvation is contingent upon them keeping the law. That's heresy. All right. If they don't, if they go to work on the Sabbath, what you call a Sabbath, then the Most High is going to come back and destroy them. All right. But I want to prove today about the law, because y'all something else, man. Y'all want the law to work for you, okay, when you want it to work. You these big law keepers, okay? So we're going to see just how much of the law you willing to keep, all right? Now, I'm going to go to y'all favorite scripture, Matthew chapter 5, verse 17, and we'll start there. Verse 17, think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am come not to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. All right, so there you have it. That shall go to scripture. All right, but I want to give some background or in-depth definition on what the word fulfill means. All right. If you go to the Greek, uppercase letter G, 4136, the word is plerou. Plerou. All right. And it means to make full, to fill up, to fill to the full, to cause to abound, to furnish or supply liberally. All right. To render full, to complete, to fill to the top, so that nothing shall be wanting, to full measure, fill to the brim, to consummate, all right? To make complete in every particular, to render perfect, to carry through to the end, to accomplish, to carry out, to carry into effect, bring to realization, realize, of matters of duty, to perform, execute, of sayings, promises, prophecies, to bring to pass, ratify, accomplish, to fulfill, to cause God's will as made known in the law to be obeyed as it should be, and God's promises given through the prophets to receive fulfillment. This is what he means when he says, I did not come to destroy the law, but to fulfill it. All right? That means that for us to obey the law the way it should be. All right? Not judging each other, not telling people, oh, you can't wear pants. Women can't wear pants, which is a lie, man. Women can wear pants. All right. So what is she going to do then? She just came into the truth, and she's a plumber or a police officer. What you going to do? Tell her to quit her job? She's been on the force 12 years. She's a single mom raising 2 kids. So quit her job? Are you going to tell her that? All right. What are you going to do? Tell her to put a dress on? Put on a dress so that she can be in order to follow your little rules? Right? She get kicked off the force. She can't be out there in no damn dress putting a damn sidearm on a dress, man. All right? What if she's a fireman? All right? What's she going to do? Okay, what's the word on that? See, these are the things that you don't have any answers to. All right? So this is why I say, no, the law is not done away with in that sense. It still stands. There's some things that you can adapt to today if that's what you want to do. But all you law keepers talking about, oh, I keep the law. You have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Man, you ain't keeping that. Let me give you another one. Let's go down here to Matthew chapter 5. 38. 38. Now, this is what Yahushua said. I'm going to hit verse 18 one more time. Salah. Matthew 5 and 18. I want to drive this in. Yahushua said, for verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. So, some of y'all out there think that means that heaven and earth got to pass away. Heaven and earth ain't never going to pass away, man. It's going to be here forever. It's not going nowhere. Okay? So, you know he's not talking about that. He says one jot or one tittle. So, here y'all go. Ooh, no, the law, it haven't changed, and the law is still the same. All right? Well, let's go to verse 38. All right? This is what Yahushua said. Ye have heard that it had been said, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth. That was in the law. Correct? That's in the law. But verse 39, look what he said. But I say unto you, but, meaning cut everything you just heard, that ye resist not evil, but whosoever shall smite thee on the right cheek, turn him the other also. Now, this not talking about Edomites or Moabites or Ammonites. It's talking about people from our own nation. That's your neighbor, all right? It says, turn the other cheek also. And if any man will sue thee at the law, and take away thy coat, let him have thy cloak also. And whosoever shall compel thee to go to a mile, go with him twain. All right? This is, look at verse 45. That ye may be the children of your Father which is in heaven, for he maketh the sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and sends rain on the just and the unjust. Okay? So, he's talking about us, okay, as Israelites. All right? That's our neighbor, our own people. All right? But back in verse 38, Yahushua said, an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you. So, you got the law of Moses, which is an eye for an eye. Then you got the law of liberty, which is what Yahushua said. He said, resist not evil. So which one you going to follow? All you law keepers? And you women out there, you aqua, I got something for you. See, I got to break this down because y'all try to be slick. We're going to see how much of the truth you women are, all right? Let's go to Exodus chapter 21. And I can't get no answer for some reason on this one. You women squirm, man, and kick, all right? So, this is what Exodus 21 verse 10 says. And if he, Israelite man, take him another wife, okay, not just one, but two or three. If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. From who? From the first wife, all right? Now, that's part of the law. That's Exodus, all right? That's the second book of the law, right? In the Torah, the one you say that you believe in. And if he do not these three unto her, then she shall go free without money, meaning she's free to go if her husband cannot take care of her the way he was when he took on the other wives, all right? Now, what about that? But y'all kick and scream, all right? But, uno momento, y'all want to say, no, well, that's Old Testament. Oh, but you said that you believe the law, though. But we're going to bring it to the New Testament. Don't worry. Got something for that. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 1. All right. Salah. Give me a second. I believe it's is it 5? All right. Yeah. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 5, starting at verse 1. For all you law-abiding Aquat out there who believe that there's no such thing as polygamy in the New Testament and all of that, one wife thing, the husband of one wife and all that. See, y'all like that. Let me see if I can pop your bubble. See, 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 1. It is reported commonly that there is fornication among you, and such fornication as is not so much as named among the Gentiles, that one should have his father's wife. All right, so when it says father's wife, all right, it's not talking about the boy's mother. That's incest. All right, it would have said, it would have said his own mother. Okay, but that's not what it's talking about. All right, he said that one should not have his father's wife. So, obviously, this young man was sleeping with one of his father's concubine, one of his other wives. All right, let's go to Leviticus chapter 18 so that we can find out exactly what fornication is. This is the whole chapter on fornication. If you want to know what fornication is. No, fornication is not shacking up like the church house tell you. Fornication is not when you rent an apartment with your girlfriend, okay, and you guys are living together and you're shacking, okay. That's that Christian dogma garbage, and they're lying to you. That's not fornication. You've been a victim of newspeak. Newspeak is when they take a word and they give it a different definition than what it really is. If you want to know what fornication is, let's go to Leviticus 18, starting at verse 1. Now, the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, right? This is in the law now, ladies. Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Lord your God. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do. Neither shall ye walk in their ordinances. Ye shall do my judgments, and keep my ordinances to walk therein. I am the Lord your God. Verse 5, ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, which if a man do, he shall live in them. I am the Lord. Verse 6, here we go. None of you shall approach to any that is near of kin to him to uncover their nakedness. I am the Lord. This is fornication. Approaching, all right, to any that is near of kin to him to uncover their nakedness, like the boy that we just left in 1 Corinthians chapter 5. He had his father's wife, all right? Look, verse 7. The nakedness of thy father or the nakedness of thy mother shalt thou not uncover. She is thy mother. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Verse 8. Thy nakedness of thy father's wife shalt thou not uncover. It is thy father's nakedness. Did y'all see that? Ain't that the same thing that happened in 1 Corinthians chapter 5? Ladies, all right? So, this man had a wife, and then he had he had the boy's mama, and then he had another wife. So, that proves that there is still multiple wives in Israel in the New Testament. All right? Now, let's keep going. Let me give y'all this for free. Verse 9. The nakedness of thy sister, the daughter of thy father, or daughter of thy mother, whether she be born at home or born abroad, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover. All right? The nakedness of thy son's daughter, or of thy son, or of thy daughter's daughter, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover, for theirs is thine own nakedness. The nakedness of thy father's or wife's daughter, begotten of thy father. She is thy sister. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's sister. She is thy father's near kinswoman. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy mother's sister, for she is thy mother's near kinswoman. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's brother. Thou shalt not approach to his wife, she is thy aunt. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy daughter-in-law, she is thy son's wife. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Verse 16, thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy brother's wife. It is thy brother's nakedness. So if you look at your brother's wife naked, it's like looking at him naked. That's a faggot spirit right there. 17, thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter. Neither shalt thou take her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter to uncover her nakedness, for they are her near kinswoman. It is wickedness. Verse 18, neither shalt thou take a wife to her sister, to vex her, to uncover her nakedness, beside the other in her lifetime. Verse 19, also thou shalt not approach unto a woman to uncover her nakedness, as long as she is put apart for her uncleanness. All right? Talking about her menstrual cycle. Verse 20, moreover, thou shalt not lie carnally with thy neighbor's wife to defile thyself with her. All right? That's a death sentence. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech, neither shalt thou profane the name of the Lord God. I am the Lord. All right? That's the child sacrifice that they would fasten a baby to an altar and then burn them alive, man. That's fornication. All right? Verse 22, thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination. Now, that's sodomy. Verse 23, neither shalt thou lie with any beast to defile thyself therewith, neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereunto. It is confusion. All right? Verse 24, defile not ye yourselves in any of these things, for in all these nations are defiled, which I cast out before you. All right? So, this is the passage on fornication. This is what fornication is. But I'll kick it back up to verse 8. The nakedness of thy father's wife shalt thou not uncover. It is thy father's nakedness. Now, let's roll back to 1 Corinthians chapter 5. Kicking at verse 1. It is reported commonly that there is fornication among you. Now that y'all know what fornication is. And such fornication as is not so much as named among the Gentiles, that one should have his father's wife, not his mama, his father's wife. The boy was sleeping with one of his father's wives other than his wife. Do you get that? Good. Now, let's go 1 Corinthians chapter 7. Now, concerning the things, starting at verse 1. Now, concerning the things whereof you wrote unto me. What did they write? 1 Corinthians chapter 5. The boy was sleeping with his stepmother, one of his father's wives, right? Now concerning the thing whereof you wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman. Verse 2, nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband. All right? Verse 3, let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence. He's not supposed to deprive her sexually. All right? And likewise also the wife unto the husband. She's not supposed to deprive him sexually. All right? The little games you women play, get mad, want to close your legs and all that, that's sin. Okay? You're not supposed to do that shit. All right? Number 3, no. Salah. Number 4, 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 4. For the wife hath not power over her own body, but the husband. And likewise the husband hath not power over his own body, but the wife. What y'all women say nowadays? You rebellious ass women. This is my body. I do what I want. Right? Well, now you know you sinning. Verse 5. Defraud ye not one another. You know, when you close your legs, that's fraud, man. Except it be with consent for a time. You got to ask permission. That you may give yourselves to fasting and prayer and to come together again, that Satan tempt you not for your incontinency. I mean, you're going to get horned up and do something you ain't supposed to. But I speak this by permission and not of commandment. For I would that all men were even as I myself. But every man has his proper gift of God, one after this manner and another after that. I say therefore to the unmarried and widows, it is good for them if they abide even as I. You know, the Apostle Paul wasn't dealing with no women, man. He was in the ministry. But if they cannot contain, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to burn. All right. So there you have it, ladies. All right. Multiple wives proven in the Old Testament and the New Testament. All right. Now I got one more for you just to drive it on in. Now we're going to go to Matthew chapter 5 so we can break this down real quick. All right. Starting at verse 27. It says, Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, Thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her already in his heart. Now, I know what y'all thinking. Well, see, you can't look at women. No, that's not what it's talking about. See, when you read this passage, the woman that is speaking about is speaking of false doctrine. The strange woman is always referred to in the scriptures as in a female sense. All right. So a man can't commit adultery against his wife by having another woman, because it already shows you that polygamy is allowed in the law of Moses and in the New Testament. So it's not talking about that. It's talking about spiritual adultery. All right. That's what it says to look upon a woman and lust after her. That's what the men of Israel were doing. They were looking upon these other gods and serving them. That's what it's talking about. Now, we're going to kick it down to verse 29. And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out, and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that the whole body should be cast into hell. And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off, and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and that not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. Now, this is how you know it's talking about the woman. Verse 31, It hath been said, Whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. Now, this is what this passage was talking about. It was talking about a man that had more than one woman, because this is how King Solomon got led off. He got led off by strange women, all right, that led him to the other gods that he worshiped and got him in trouble with the Most High. And he lost his way, all right. Verse 32, But I say unto you, that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causeth her to commit adultery. And whosoever shall marry her that is divorced committeth adultery. All right. So this is dealing with women. But the only way you can get this is you have to have the Apocrypha. All right. The authorized King James Version. Now, in order to find out what Yahweh is talking about, you need to go to the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25. Verse 26, all right? No, Salat. I'm going to start at verse 23. Get my glasses. All right, that's better. Ecclesiasticus chapter 25, starting at verse 23. It says, A wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh an heavy countenance, and a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees. See, that's the member it's talking about. Verse 24, Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die, starting with Eve. All right? Verse 25, Give the water no passage, talking about the woman, giving her freedom, all right, to do whatever she wants to do if she's supposed to be with you. Neither a wicked woman liberty to gather abroad. But what do we see on Atlanta Housewives and basketball wives? They gathering abroad, all right, running their mouth, right? Being wicked, okay? Here's the point. This is verse 26. If she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh, and give her a bill of divorce, and let her go. I'm going to read that again real slow. Ecclesiasticus chapter 25, verse 26. If she go, who? One of your members, your wife, right? If she doesn't do as you would have her to do, cut her off from your flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go. Now, why does it say that? In the book of Genesis, it says that the twain shall be what? One flesh, right? Now, Let's kick it back to Matthew chapter 5. All right. He said, and if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out. That's a member. One of your women is the eye. And cast it far from thee. For it is profitable that for thee that one of thy members should perish. One of thy members. She's part of your body. All of your women are part of your body. You got one wife, or 10, or 20, or 100. They're all part of your body. Those are your members. And not that the whole body should be cast into hell. Verse 30. And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off. What did the scripture say in Ecclesiasticus? Cut her off from your flesh. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. Now we get to the divorce part. It had been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. Now Yahushua upped it. He said, but I say unto you that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, she got to fornicate against you. Now a wife can fornicate against her husband. A husband cannot fornicate against his wife. He can only fornicate against the Most High. Okay? So, when he said if she fornicates against you, all right, then you have cause to put her away. But if you put her away for any other reason other than that, you're causing her to commit adultery. So, the Most High put a stamp on that. All right? So, you women out there, you aqua that are fighting this truth, man. Nah. I mean, you don't have to go along with it. But we'll find out how much of the truth you in. We just gave these breakdowns of these scriptures, man. So, there's no fighting it. You can kick and scream and buck, but it is what it is. All right? So, I believe the point has been made. This is just a message to the law keepers. All right? If you want to keep the law, keep it correct. All right? Use it as a moral code. All right? And the real law now is the law of liberty, instituted and established under the blood and sacrifice of Yahweh Shai, the son of Yahweh. Okay? So, the point has been made. Brother Matthias is out. All praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Peace and salutations to the 1/3, the elect of Israel. Till next time. Shalom.